hopefully we'll find some at this first place, but if we don't, I know for sure we'll find some at the next place.
Awesome. So we're still looking for those sunflowers.
Yeah, the first place ended up being a bust. I didn't know anything about the place. I saw one comment that said they had sunflowers, but they didn't. So we're moving on to the next place, which I'm very sure, as long as we can find it, is a big field of sunflowers.
Yay!
Okay, we found some sunflowers. We had a lot of fun taking pictures and yeah, just shooting some video. It's cool to see something a little brighter than green all over the place. Summer's very green typically, and although the sunflowers, there's a lot of green there too, but they give a lot of bright yellow, and it's just something a little different, you know, than you normally see, than cornfields and soybean fields around here. So
right. Yeah.
So a lot of people out and about that were taking pictures as well, and just I think some people were getting senior pictures done in the middle of the sunflower field, which is kind of cool. So
yeah, some of us were taking selfies.
Yeah.
The sunflowers. So
yeah, it was
fun.
It was cool.
Cool.
We're not gonna stress, not gonna make a mess. Oh, I don't wanna be less than I can be. I want it fall to wash me. The wicked drown in water, let go wicked water.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hey, we're Dennis and Michelle Kasky from Take a Trip Together, and we just wanted to, I don't know what we wanted to do.
Well, we're in the middle of editing this sunflower video, and we just wanted to take a minute and kind of explain where we went. We didn't mention it in any of the footage, so.
And maybe also who we are, because if you're watching this video, you probably don't have a clue who we are because we're really new. So basically, we are a married couple.
Yeah.
And Dennis is a photographer, and how this kind of all started is he would go out and take pictures. So he would get up at sunrise and he would go out for sunsets and he would take these really awesome pictures. And then at some point I was like, hey, he's having all the fun, I want to join him. So then I started to join him too, and we were wanting to go to all these really awesome places, and we started to. We weren't recording all of that, but then 2020 hit, and all of a sudden we were like, we can't go across the country and we can't plan these awesome fun vacations because we're kind of stuck close to home. And then all of a sudden we were like, maybe we aren't stuck. There's a lot of really cool stuff around here. Yeah. So that's sort of where we're at.
Yep. So yeah, we started taking a lot of day trips and doing what we could do. I mean, instead of sitting at home and doing nothing. So.
Pouting. So this trip, we went in search of sunflowers because we heard there were some really cool sunflower fields that weren't very far away from us, maybe an hour away.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we found one.
Yeah. Okay, here we are. We switched places because my arm is getting tired.
You don't have to tell them that.
Yeah. Okay.
So here we are.
Okay, so where did we go? We went to the place we ended up is called Degen Farms in Montague, Michigan. Degen Farms. You'll see it in the video on the sign. They allow people to kind of wander through and look at the sunflowers. They do have, they say just don't wreck anything because, that is their business and their livelihood. So if you do happen to check this place out, just be aware of that. This is not a park. It's somebody's private property that you're wandering through.
And you're really not supposed to wreck parks either, dear.
Well, no, but...
That's part of the joke.
Okay.
We're supposed to joke around together.
Okay. Yeah, so they have more than one field there. I didn't really show the transition between the two, but they're a couple miles apart. But they have a map right there on the sign that shows you how to get to the second one. So anyway.
The moral to that story is there were a ton of people that were just getting out of their cars and going out into the field, and they weren't looking at that sign, and that sign is what told us that there was another field that actually wasn't quite as mature as the first field we went to. The first field was just a tiny bit past prime, and that second field was prime sunflower status. So
Yeah.
we are super glad that we actually checked out that sign.
Yep, that was good. We had a lot of fun there. So some interesting sunflower facts. Did you notice that all the sunflowers were facing the same direction when we were there?
I sort of did.
Okay. And they were all facing east. Now, as sunflowers grow, before they mature, they actually will follow the sun from sunrise to sunset. So the head will actually kind of, maybe I'll use this hand, kind of turn, it'll be east, and then as the sun goes across, it'll face west.
It's so cool.
But then once they're mature, though, they get locked into one position, and it's usually the eastern facing.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is there any other awesome tips you want to share with us?
No, that was it.
Oh.
That's about all
they
I
were
learned.
pretty.
I mean, there's all this scientific stuff that you can, the reasons why that happens, but I don't care about it.
Yeah, I think they want to produce chlorophyll and vitamin D, and I don't know.
Yeah. So, anyway,
Very cool.
that's cool. A little about my photography. I got a couple of good images. One of them I got a little artistic with in editing. We'll see if anybody actually likes that one. I mean, feel free to leave comments below if you do, or it'd be nice if you don't. But we'll see what happens. Michelle got a lot of shots too that were earlier in the video. So
Yeah.
they're nice. Yeah, I like them.
Thank you. So we're brand new here, so if you liked our video even just a little bit, if you could hit like and subscribe, that would super help us. It would be encouraging, and it would also help us to grow our channel. So if you could do that, that'd be awesome.
Hit the little
And,
bell notification if
yeah,
you want to get
slam
notified.
that bell. Is that what they
No,
say?
I think they say slam the like, but I don't
Oh.
remember. I don't know. Who cares?
I don't know, but if you could do that, that'd be awesome, and we will see you next time.